Well, hello there. Today I'll be doing a Q&A for 400 subs, so let's begin. First, we have some questions from Just Dougie. Congrats on 400. Thank you, man. Here are my questions. 1. Show all of my children you've kidnapped. We have Hit Toys Douglas, Ertl Douglas, Take Along Douglas, and 2 TWR Douglases in the garage. 2. Is Duck a good Bachmann model? Yes, he is. He's a bit expensive for a tank engine, but overall I think he's pretty good. I think Duck's a decent model. I'd suggest getting him at some point. His wheelbase is a tad long, so if you have a tight radius of curve, he might make the occasional derailment, but otherwise it's fine. 3. Are the beans on the stove? They are not. Sorry. 4. Should Underground Ernie run for president in 2028? Well, yes, he is actually. He's up against Hank. Very tough matchup. Next up, we have 4 questions from the Farquhar Fleet. Congrats! Well, thank you to the member who typed this. I don't know who it was. 1. What model trains do you want to get as of now? As for American locomotives, I'd want a GG1, but for British locomotives, I really want a Black 5. 2. Thoughts on the Ernie Carr sandwich? They are so peak. I heard Carr and Sandwich are running for Vice President in 2028. 3. What is my 400 sub special gonna be? It's gonna be the second episode of All of Us Adventures. I'll be visiting a museum in Oregon, the home of the steam loco Daylight. 4. Is a hot dog a sandwich? If I receive one at a restaurant and I ordered a sandwich, it's the wrong order and it's not what I asked for. Therefore, no. Christopher Bellamy asks, which do you prefer, the Bachmann-Thomas range or the Hornby-Thomas range? For engines, it's gotta be Bachmann. They have moving eyes, they are more accurate, and overall, they are cheaper. But for rolling stock, that would be Hornby. Hornby-Thomas rolling stock is oddly cheap, and it's quite efficient for cheap models. We have 6 questions from the Slate Swaggers, so time to answer those. 1. Favorite Tugs character? I love Tugs, but I never really thought about it. I'll say Tencents, though. 2. Least favorite Tugs character? I don't really have one. I guess I'll say Pearl the Barge, since she only appeared in Warrior and did nothing. 4. Favorite Thomas character? Or 3. Favorite Thomas character, I'm sorry. It has to be the floorboards from Percy's Promise. They are so ungodly peak. They are so good. Hint, it's actually Oliver. I don't know how y'all didn't... I'm shocked y'all asked that. 4. Favorite TTT merch line? Gotta be Trackmaster Hit Toys. Capsule Play Rail and Take Along are not far behind, however. 5. Favorite Tugs episode? I like Munitions, but I'll say Ghost to be different. I also really like Trapped. 6. Least favorite Tugs episode? The only bad one is Quarantine. Quarantine is actually awful. Now we have 3 questions from Nutmonk. 1. What's the best TTTE movie/special? I really like Hero of the Rails, but my all-time favorite is The Adventure Begins. I remember trying to find it when it came out, and finally finding it. Soda Legend of the Lost Treasure is also pretty good, but I feel like Fat Hat in that movie, he wasn't the best. 2. Do I like the model series? Who doesn't? It's great. 3. Why did I pick the name Mr. Oliver? So I was DMing an ex-friend of mine, and he was listening off the take-alongs he had. Then he said Oliver, but he said it like that, like my channel name, and, here we are. Travel Train 24 asked some questions, so time to answer those. Congrats on 400 subs. Well, thank you. 1. What is my favorite train? That's an extremely tough question. I'm gonna say the Icicles from, Jack Frost. As for real life, Box Hill and Flying Scotsman are my favorites. I've seen both IRL. 2. Why are you surprised when I said I was in 8th grade? Most of the small part of the fandom, so mainly our friend group, are 7th grade or younger. That's why I was. 3. What was my childhood train? Has to be Oliver. First engine I got. I got a TWR Oliver at Dale with Thomas. Back when my brother was into Thomas. 4. Favorite video? Leo Kim video's Bachman video with Spencer and Diesel. That video was my childhood. Also, Toy Trains for You videos are goated as well. Branchline Engines asked me some questions on Discord, so let's look at those. 1. Favorite IRL Steam Loco? I've already said my top 2, so I'll just say a good amount of other locos I enjoy. Wadden, Stepney, Fenchurch, Birchgrove, Beachy Head, Mallard, Dominion of Canada, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Britannia, and Oliver Cromwell are goated. I also like the Schools class, the K class, the E2, the K2, the Black 5, and the IVAD 2MT. Specifically the Tender engine, but I also like the Tank engine. 2. Opinion on Edgeworth. He's so peak. He's such an inspiration. 3. Do I have aura? Quite a lot of it, I must say. 4. Piss off, wanker. Aw, man. Thomas Antics has a question, which is, favorite Steam Loco not from Thomas? I have no clue if you mean IRL or fictional, so I'll assume fictional. That would be Puffer from Tugs and Ivor the Engine. Duncan Studios has 4 questions, so now it's time for those. 1. What is the best Trackmaster? Either RC Flip-Face Thomas or Flip-Face Toby. In terms of accuracy, however, I'd say Donald, Douglas, Neville, or Arthur. 2. Best TTTE song. Surprise, this is great, but I'm gonna say Jobs Aplenty. It's just so catchy. Attack me all you want. 3. Favorite food? Finally an IRL question. I really like fries. I have food allergies, so can't really eat much. 4. Do I like Tugs? Tugs is so good. I love it. I wish the second season was produced. Percy the Small Engine Studios has 4 questions. 1. Why do I make videos? I wanted to make a Thomas-related channel when I started recollecting, so that's the main reason. 2. Why do I hate TWR? It has a toxic community, it's extremely mid, and it's too confusing. For example, I have no bloody clue what a 1991 version 1 flat magnet Thomas is. Why do I not like diesels? I'm just not a fan of them. I prefer Steam Locos, and I would rather spend my money on them. Just don't like the concept of diesels. And the final question. Why do I like Oliver? My first ever Thomas item was a TWR Oliver, and I still have him to this day. He also has my favorite number on him, and I like Great Western Green on an engine. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and sorry if your questions were not answered. I'll consider making this into a series. Not sure. Thank you for watching, and peace out.